But I got a feeling Sonnichsen is going to have her share of medals down the road. So fear not for that young Korean archer. She acquitted herself very well today, as I'm sure Sarah Sonnichsen of Denmark will here in the gold medal match for the women. The women's gold medal match, and here is Sarah Sonnichsen. Sarah this week in the quarterfinals defeating Kim Yoon-hee of Korea 145 to 139, and then outlasting Sonnichsen by 5 points, 140 to 145. We were talking about Sarah's winning percentage. How about the 73% win percentage for Sarah Sonnichsen?
It's amazing. The Danish girls this year have been incredible, both Sarah and Tonya. Sarah's just snapping at the heels of Sarah Lopez at the moment. She's world ranked #2. She has beaten her this year at the Conquest Cup in Turkey.
Well, Andrea Marcos, a pleasant surprise. I'm not sure if she would have been the pick of many at the beginning of the week to end up in this gold medal match, but she was outstanding this week, defeating Sarah Friels in the quarterfinals and then knocking off Sarah Lopez, which says a lot, in the semis. And so Andrea Marcos, who won a World Cup stage in Antalya 2 years ago, has a chance of winning another gold medal.
Yeah, and I believe earlier in the rounds she actually had to come through 2 one-arrow shoot-offs to actually get to the quarterfinals. So
she's been tested.
She has been tested royally this week and come through with flying colours.
So Spain's Andrea Marcos, 28 years old, once ranked as high as 5th in the world, and she starts off strong.
Everybody shooting left.
They've all gone to school on each other.
They have.
We do have monitors inside the Easton Archery Center where these archers are waiting, and Sarah Sonnichsen, maybe she wasn't paying attention to the monitor. No, I'm sure she was.
Sure she was.
Martin Damsbo, by the way, in the coach's box supporting Sarah Sonnichsen, while Andrea Marcos may have just given Sarah Sonnichsen the equalizer. Nope, not able to take advantage.
I'm sure these two ladies, a few nerves jangling. It's always a tense affair when you're shooting for a World Cup stage.
And Andrea Marcos will have at the very least a 1-point lead after this first end.
Yeah, I think that's clipped the line.
It appears to have, and you see Sarah Sonnichsen sneezing, coughing. She's been ill all week.
She has.
She's not been feeling well. So what we may have seen in that first end may be a reflection of that.
Yeah, I think it's been tough. She's not been feeling very well, and also the heat. And if you're already ill,
yeah,
it sort of compounds it. And
yeah, it's not exactly what the doctor ordered.
Definitely not. It's been nice though to actually have some sunshine. Just not too much of it.
Fortunately, the shade now falling upon at least Sarah Sonnichsen, and soon the entire shooting line will be engulfed in the shade.
If she is having like flu-like symptoms, it can affect her breathing pattern, especially at full draw, and you know, you just don't feel quite right.
Talk about that a little bit more, Andrea. How the breathing pattern does affect archers, and when you're trying to shoot with regard to the breathing pattern.
For me, when I pull back, I inhale, and just as I settle into my draw, I just exhale a little bit so that I've got room for manoeuvre, so that I can inhale some more if I need to. Otherwise, you end up with your lungs too full.
Are you trying to release between the time you exhale or inhale? Or is it different for everybody else?
I don't actually think about it. You're too busy thinking about executing your shot, and it becomes a very sort of, I think over time it becomes a part of your shot routine and you don't really notice it.
So whenever the time is right, is basically what you're saying.
And really, in this sort of match play, you've only got 20 seconds in which to shoot, so it's all very quick.
Andrea Marcos building her lead up to 2. So Sarah Sonnichsen does not appear to be herself, at least not the Sarah Sonnichsen we saw in Shanghai and Antalya. But give Andrea Marcos credit for building a 3-point lead. She's up 58-55 after the opening 2 ends.
Yeah, I was watching Andrea shoot yesterday through the eliminations, and she looked strong. She was enjoying herself. She was, you know, ecstatic about making this gold medal match.
She's having fun here in Salt Lake City, no doubt about that. The woman who was ranked as high as 5th in the world about a year or so ago came in averaging 9.5 points per arrow, has won 63% of her matches, 26 wins out of the 41 she competed in coming to Salt Lake City. And she's good in tiebreakers. If it does get to a tiebreaker, she's 4 out of 6.
Yeah, I saw 2 of those this week, and both girls shot an X, and Andrea's was closer. So to actually lose a match on an X is quite tough to take.
Yeah. How do you? Yeah. I'm fond of saying you've got to put the past in the past, but sometimes putting the past in the past is a little bit tough.
It is, but I mean, I've been in that position and lost on an X, and you just have to walk off the line and go, I shot the best arrow I could, and somebody shot better.
The gods smiled that day on someone else, and hopefully they smile on you at some point in time. Right now, the sun shining brightly down on Sarah Sonnichsen of Denmark, who's trying to and will medal. Oh, there's Sarah Sonnichsen.
There we go.
Bearing down.
Nada de aire ahora, Andrea, ¿eh?
She will come away
Junto al medio.
with her 3rd straight World Cup stage win. But Andrea Marcos is going to make it tough. Making it tough already.
Yeah, she can increase her lead here.
So es.
Andrea Marcos. With solid shooting. Sarah Sonnichsen trying to come back, trying to match it. What a great opportunity for Marcos right now. Ooh, what a shot. Beautiful grouping there. And so Andrea Marcos, with just 6 arrows left in the quiver, has herself a 3-point lead. She led by 1 after the first end, by 2 after the second end, and now by 3 after the third end. So steadily she's been building that lead up.
She has, and you'd say that Sarah's a little bit off color today, and a little bit not as tightly grouped as you'd expect her to be.
And now we know how she feels about things. Yeah.
Maybe she heard us.
Oh, some days are a little bit tougher than others.
They are, but you know what? She's had a great week.
Sometimes you just got to tough it out.
And she's edged that little bit closer to Sarah in the world rankings, like, because Sarah's finished 3rd and she's minimum of 2nd place.
Sarah's 3rd place finish, getting her 18 points. Sarah Lopez, that is. 25 points on the line right here for the winner of this match. That being said, the silver medalist picks up 21 points.
So again, Sarah's work this week has been brilliant, and that cements her really into the final. So job done.
Tough to tell. Probably a 9.
Yeah.
We're looking at the 2 women who had the highest scores during the ranking round. After 72 arrows, Sarah Sonnichsen had a score of 699, and Andrea Marcos had a 694. There is the first one that gets away.
Maybe a few nerves coming in now with Sarah building the pressure.
Wow. I know that's brilliant commentary. Wow. But that is impressive. That is impressive to see 3 arrows like that. And you look at that arrow there. Andrea Marcos was actually, she knows she was very lucky to have caught that line to get 9. It could easily have been an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, especially this week, as I said earlier, the arrows have been going in at some funny angles due to the wind, and it only had to kick the other way, and it would have been an 8.
So we have ourselves a match still. 115, 114, 1 point advantage for Andrea Marcos after she puts up 2 9s and a 10 in that fourth end, while Sarah Sonnichsen was getting her game on. 3 straight 10s, and in fact 5 out of the last 6 shots have been in the 10 ring.
Yeah, and Sarah will go first because she's behind in the match on the final end. So that can be an advantage because you're putting the pressure on your opponent and they know what they have to do then.
It's always a mental game, but it becomes even more of a mental game if you can get that accomplished. Put those scores up. Now there's a good look at the windsock as the wind starts to pick up in the late afternoon here in Salt Lake City, just after 4 o'clock Salt Lake City time, or 1600 hours
1600
for the rest of the world. One day maybe we'll get with the rest of the world. I'm not sure.
Hey.
Maybe.
We'd say 4 o'clock.
Okay. It's tea time.
Indeed.
Yes. Marcos up to the challenge. Sonnichsen throwing down the gauntlet. Marcos picks it up.
This is incredible shooting.
1 point between these two with 1 arrow to go.
Oh,
And that may have sealed the deal.
might have done. So Andrea needs just a 9 to win the match here.
She's been so good.
9 to win.
And there it is. Andrea Marcos from Spain winning her 2nd World Cup gold medal. Her first 2 years ago on Coney Beach, and her 2nd here in Salt Lake City. And she earned it.
She certainly did. Sarah came back real hard towards the end of that match.
145, 143, your final score. Andrea Marcos of Spain, a very deserving winner as she shot brilliantly down the stretch, recovering. You got to give her a lot of credit. After that tough fourth end, she comes back with 3 straight 10s when it counted the most, Andrea.
Yeah, and the emotion and the nerves inside you at that point, knowing that really your opponent's pushing you and you have to shoot a 10. Just the pressure increases. You see afterwards.